So, good morning everyone. So, this video is dedicated to all my young friends, especially the budding software engineers who are just starting their learning about system design skills. If you are thinking about how could anyone design a popular product in an hour that has taken almost thousands or hundreds engineers effort to build, then I must say you are ready to learn these skills, because here you will find that no one expects you to do the same in 45 minutes. Let's take one example. Google search is very simple, right? You just put some query in search box and you will hit the enter. You will see the result. Google search is deceptively simple. However, do you know that the amount of technology that underpins that simplicity is truly astonishing. So do you think that your interviewer is so dumb that he or she is expecting 1,000 hours of work in 45 minutes from you? Nah, not at all. Please note my word. No one is looking for such a result from you in an interview. Okay, then you will ask maybe, okay, if not so, then why the hell is this type of question at all asked in a system design interview? Right? So let me answer you. All right, so one key statement I would like to mention here is that the final decision is less important compared to the work you put into the design process. Your design choices and response to the feedback in a constructive manner are important and key factors in your interview. Let's flip the table now for your better understanding. What is the primary goal of your interviewer is to accurately assess your abilities. So system design interview gives a signal about a person's ability to collaborate, to work under pressure, and to resolve ambiguity constructively. The ability to ask good questions is also an essential skill, and many interviewers specifically looks for these skills. A good interviewer also looks for red flag. One such red flag is over-engineering. They are often unaware of the compounding cost of our engineering system. If you remember, some time back, I told you that learning the design pattern is important, but learning the anti-design pattern is also equally good for you if you want to learn design pattern in the possible best way. You should also learn what are the anti-patterns, what are the sign of anti-patterns, how do you identify anti-patterns. The similar manner, over-engineering is always killing the complete ecosystem. So understanding when one engineer is going in that direction where over-engineering is happening, just give them alert at some level. But even after giving your alert, he is not switching the gear, he is not switching the direction, then that would be a red flag in the system design interview. So that red flag, a good interviewer always look for such. All right. So by now, I hope you are able to understand the purpose of the system design interview and why the performance of this interview is most of the time the key factor of your final selection or rejection. I'm going to introduce a simple and effective framework to solve system design interview problems. And this framework is called a START, S-T-A-R-T framework for system design interview. Here S stands for scope. The first thing you should do always define the problem, understand the requirement and constraints. What does designing a newsfeed system, which is our problem statement by the way, really mean? Are we designing for a mobile application or a website or both? Let's get clarification on assumption, identify the scale of the system. What is a daily active user requirement? What is the latency requirement, etc. Then discuss the features list out the must have and good to have or nice to have features. For a news feed, this might be personalized recommendation, maybe filtering options, maybe real-time updates, etc. So these things you need to clarify first. Okay, let's move on. Under letter T of start, T stands for technologies. And under technologies, we will cover high-level architecture, database consideration, caching strategies, and external integration. These all are very generic points. So almost covering all problem statement, irrespective of your current problem statement. Mostly this will fall in every case. So under technologies, the first thing you should always draw the high level architecture of the system. It might include maybe clients, application server, database, caching layer, etc. So draw the minimum picture for these with using these things and share to your interviewer. Get the sense of your interviewer on your first level of sketch of high level design. After that, explain them what kind of consideration in database you are taking, like choose between SQL, NoSQL, like that. So based on the feed, maybe for a news feed case, a NoSQL DB like Cassandra might be ideal for given its distributed nature and in your case. Similarly, discuss about the caching strategy, like decide on caching strategy, example Redis or other any caching popular thing. So to cache the news items, right? Then another good requirement here is to discuss about the external integration. So consider any third-party service or APIs. Example, getting the scrap news from different third-party services, or getting user analytics, right? So these are the point also if you mention in your discussion, in your high-level discussion, this make most. Under the letter A of START stands for availability and reliability, okay? And to achieve it, we should discuss redundancy, ensure there are backup servers, DB replicas, etc. exist. Then you also discuss about failover strategy. If a primary server fails, how the traffic should be rerouted, okay? You should also talk about data backup plan strategy for regular data backup and restoration so that it will handle failovers. You'll discuss about the resource estimation. R stands for resource estimation. So traffic, under this resource estimation, we should discuss about traffic estimation, storage estimation, bandwidth estimation. So let's start with traffic estimation. Estimate the number of requests per seconds you are expecting in your system. Then discuss the storage requirement, like storage estimation, calculate the amount of storage needed for the news article, user data, logs, etc. Then also discuss about the bandwidth estimation. Estimate the data transfer rates required in your system, okay? And then you should also discuss about the another factor, which is so let's start the last letter now, T for trade-offs. So you should discuss about the different kind of trade-offs. First is like consistency versus availability. Based on CAP theorem, decide what is important for news feed. Eventual consistency might be acceptable, and so on and so forth. So these knowledge you should share with the interviewer. Another is a scaling factor, like a scaling strategy. Are you going to use vertical scaling or horizontal scaling, and why? Choose the best approach based on cost, complexity, and other factors. Let's discuss about the optimization. What can be deferred for later? Maybe certain features or optimization can be prioritized later in the product cycle. Okay. So yeah, so these are the trade-offs factor you should discuss in design interview. But most important point here is what I would like to again re-instantiate here, that please follow this START framework in your design interview discussion, because this is the basic thing which other candidate is lacking right now. So I request all the person who are about to give any design interview or starting learning design interview, they have to follow a START framework as I explained. Maybe it will be little modified as per your context, but in general, this is the outer structure, a scope structure of your discussion at the first place. And then after that, the way your interviewer is expecting or discussing with you, you accordingly you behave, okay? Now, after that, let's discuss few tips for success. Engage for two-way conversation. The interviewer is there to guide and clarify. Don't hesitate to ask questions. Always ask relevant question. Okay? Think aloud. Let the interviewer know your thought process. It is the process and approach that often matters more than the final answer. So please think aloud. Stay updated with technologies. You know that technology is changing very frequently. So every time you should revise those technologies time to time so that you will be updated always. And then mock interview. Practice with peers to use platforms that offer mock system design interview, or follow our channels like the me and like my friends, others also. Follow any good system design channel who is genuinely giving the right advice to all the newcomers. So please follow that. Okay. Thank you for completing this video. And I hope that you definitely have learned something which will help you in your system design interview. Hope to see you in next video with new concept and skills needed for the system design interview. By then, keep learning, keep improving, and keep sharing your knowledge, because even if it helps one person, it will be worth sharing with mankind.